Are you on the hunt for the perfect spring jacket? Well, the rail's out, girls. I've got a whopping 15, yes, 15 jackets to share with you today, with the aim of you ending up finding your perfect dream jacket to make this spring. From quilted to lined, from denim to fleece, short to long line jacket, I've covered them all. So grab yourself a notepad and a stiff drink or a cuppa, and let's dive in to the world of jackets. And we're going to work through these amazing jackets in no particular order. So let me grab the first jacket off the rail. I'm going to put them all on for you and talk about them as I twirl. This first one was one of the first lined jackets, yes, it's a lined jacket, that I ever made, and it is the Yates coat from GRAINLINE Studios. And it's quite a long line jacket. They call it a coat, but I'd say it's a jacket, isn't it? Unless it's past the knee, to me, I class it as a jacket. It has some amazing inseam front pockets, and it's very clever how they are made. Nice collar detail on it, and it's a double-breasted coat, so very smart indeed. Now I'm going to grab my notepad so that I don't miss any details on the Yates coat. So the sizing is from a 32 bust up to a 56 bust, so really good size range. The fabric that you'll need to make this coat is from 2.1 to 2.6 metres if your fabric's 60 wide, and you'll need 1.9 to 2.1 metres of lining fabric. So what fabrics do they recommend? Well, really any mid to heavyweight woven fabric will work great as a Yates coat. Mine's been made in a jacquard fabric that I got from Rosenberg's or Stitch Fabrics online, 2-3 years ago now, if not more. But this leopard print will never go out of fashion with me, and it's staying in my wardrobe. So other things you can use are wool, cord, boucle. Make a summer one. They don't say this on the pattern, but I'm thinking you could make it a more lightweight jacket or a more casual jacket with denim, linen, lightweight jacquards, and even a summer canvas weight or twill. So what techniques do you learn when you're making this jacket? So you're going to be doing a set-in sleeve and a notched collar, which is a skill in itself, and you're going to be inserting a lining and buttonholes as well. So because of all that, I would put this jacket in the intermediate category for sure. But the instructions are really good, so if you're wanting to advance your sewing skills into a lined jacket that will serve all seasons, then take a look at this one. Will I make this jacket again? Well, yes, I probably will. Now I've realised I've got the pattern, because I'm guilty as anybody else looking for the next new shiny pattern when actually you've probably got very nice ones already in your stash. So I would probably try and make this in a denim maybe, to make it look a bit more casual for the spring. It is a lined jacket, so not sure it's suitable for the hot summer weather, but certainly for spring and autumn in a lighter weight fabric, perfect. Jacket number 2 is the long line jacket from So Different Patterns. And I've made mine in a boucle in pea green from Higgs and Higgs. So let's find out about the long line jacket. The sizing is from a size 8, UK 8 to UK 26. You're going to need a 60 wide fabric. You would need 2.25 metres to 3.25 metres depending on your sizing. And they recommend linens, boucles, wools. Basically anything goes with this jacket, because you can make it into a wintry jacket like I've done, or you can use lightweight woven fabrics and make it into a spring or summer jacket. I'm actually thinking of shortening it and using it to make an little edge to edge jacket for the spring and summer as well. So it's really hackable. So what techniques are you going to be learning making the long line jacket? Well, you're going to be putting raglan sleeves in, which if you've not done sleeves before, setting sleeve before, a raglan is a good one to start with. It's got a detailed round neck, so no collars to tackle, and it has some really unusual pocket detail in it with a little flash of colour there, and I've also matched the flash of colour. The fronts are lined in this jacket, so it's a half lined jacket, so it's a good way to start learning how to do linings in jackets as well without being overwhelmed. So I would put this definitely in the beginner category, and one to use, and definitely one to go for if you've never made a jacket before. Will I make it again? Yes. As I've already said, I've got one in my head for the spring and the summer, a shorter length one in either a summer weight jacquard, a linen, or a nice twill, but I'm on the hunt for the perfect fabric. Watch this space. Next up, we've got the Theia jacket from GRAINLINE Studio, and I've done this and I've lined it with shearling. Now this is a lined jacket, and I've done mine in a leopard print teal cord. So what do they say about the Theia jacket? The sizing for the Theia comes in a 32 up to a 56 bust, so good size range, and you're going to need 1.7 to 2.4 metres of fabric, and then the lining you're going to need 0.9 to 1 metre for the sleeves and 1 to 1.8 metres for the body. And the reason they've separated that out is because I've done the body in shearling and then the sleeves are done in a standard quilted lining, just so that it's easy to get on and off. If I had shearling in the sleeves, I'd struggle getting this, not necessarily on, but certainly off. So what do this, oh right. They recommend any medium to heavyweight fabric, woolen, denim, twill, cord, or cotton canvas. You could do a gabardine fabric, and you could do a cotton twill as well, couldn't you? So what techniques are you going to learn making the Theia jacket? There's a lot of top stitching, and there's setting sleeves. The lining and using shearling, if you do that, is a big learning curve. And there's detailed patch pockets on the front as well as the obvious buttons and buttonholes and a collar. So because of all that, I would say that this is definitely an intermediate jacket. But one to try. The instructions are very good with GRAINLINE Studio patterns, and it's definitely one that I would try if you wanted to up your game on jacket making. So will I make the Theia again? I'm not sure because of the shearling lining. Maybe I'll do one that's a lighter weight jacket, possibly in a denim fabric or a canvas, because this is very warm, and although it's lovely and snuggly, I don't get to wear it as much as I would like, so maybe I need to do one in a lighter weight fabric. But it is a beautiful pattern and very, very wearable indeed. So next up, I've got the first of my quilted jackets, and this is the Tamarak jacket, again from GRAINLINE Studios. I've made mine in a pre-quilted teddy back fleece denim fabric, and I've done matching bias binding on it as well. So what do they say about the Tamarak? The Tamarak jacket comes in sizes 32 to 54 inch bust. You need 1.5 to 1.7 meters of fabric. If you're doing pre-quilted fabric, that's all you need. If you're quilting your fabric yourself, you're going to need the same amount of 2 different fabrics plus your batting. And the other thing you're going to need is bias binding, either self-made bias binding or pre-bought bias binding. They say to use any light to mid-weight cotton fabric, and that's because they think you're going to quilt it. So you can cheat like I've done and use any pre-quilted fabric that you like. So what are the techniques that you're going to learn making the Tamarak jacket? You can learn quilting if you're quilting your fabric yourself. There's welt pockets on the front. Binding, obviously lots of bias binding, and it's got inset sleeves rather than raglan sleeves. So because of the quilting, the bias binding and the inset sleeves, I will put it as an intermediate pattern. However, if you're buying pre-quilted fabric, the only difficult part is the bias binding, so I'd perhaps say then it was an advanced beginner, because it's quite a simple jacket. And if you don't put the welt pockets in, definitely a beginner jacket. So will I make the Tamarak jacket again? I've got to be honest, I know quilted jackets are quite popular at the moment, but I'm not really a lover of them. Don't know why. I don't gravitate towards them. So probably not make this again, although I do wear it occasionally. Look at this super snuggly jacket. It is one of my favourite winter coats. It's great for slinging on when it's cold weather and you're going out in the car. And it's a really simple make as well. So this is Simplicity 8218, and I've made the short length one, and I absolutely love it. So what size range does this jacket come in? It comes in extra small to extra large, which equates to a 13.5 inch to a 46 inch bust. You're going to need 2.6 to 3.6 meters of fabric. They recommend using fleeces, pontes, sweatshirting, basically any stable knit fabric is perfect for this jacket. The techniques that you're going to learn is grow on sleeves, so there's no sleeves to set in, which is an easy sleeve to do. It's got an interesting shawl type collar, and it's got some cute patch pockets on the front. So because they are the only details that you need to worry about, I would definitely put this as a firm beginner style jacket. So would I remake the Simplicity little number? Yes. I'm thinking of making, obviously this is very wintry indeed, and I'm now thinking of looking at making a lighter weight one, perhaps in a sweatshirting or a ponte fabric, just to give it a more lightweight spring feel. It'll be a great throw on for the spring and summer months. This next one is one of my current favourite jackets. It's the ALBA jacket from SINCLAIR Patterns. It's got an amazing cowl neck on it and a slanted zip detail at the front. It is an unlined jacket and it's for knit fabrics, but absolutely love, love, love this jacket. It comes in sizes petite and up to tall heights. So You print out different size patterns depending on your height, which is brilliant when you're a midget like me. And the sizing is from an extra small up to a 4XL, so huge size range as well. They recommend any mid to heavyweight knits with at least 20 to 30% stretch in them. And how much fabric do we need to make this little beaut? So they break it down on this pattern, which is great because it helps if you're doing contrasting cowls and cuffs, etc., like me. So for the bodice and the bodice facings, you need 0.7 to 0.9 metres. For the sleeves, you need 0.8 of a metre. For the main cowl, you need 0.4 of a metre, and then for the cowl lining, you need 0.2 of a metre. So you can work out how much exactly you need of each fabric depending on how you're configuring the jacket, which I think is brilliant. So what techniques are we going to learn? I learned a lot doing this jacket, I've got to tell you, because I'd never done a cowl neck like this before with a zip. It was a bit of a head scratcher. So you're going to learn how to do a crossover exposed zip. You're going to learn how to do a crossed cowl neck. You're also going to do setting sleeves. And if that's not enough, I don't know what is. So because of that, I'd say it's definitely in the intermediate category. And the question is, will I make this again? Yes, yes, yes. I can see many more of these in my wardrobe now that I've cracked the code of how to do the cowl neck. I'll be making at least one more. This next one is my new favourite jacket, and it's the biker style jacket from So Different Patterns, and it's the jacket that I wore on the catwalk at the Stitch Festival last weekend. Absolutely love this to bits. I've made it in a fur back cord in a lovely fuchsia pink colour, and I've bias bound the seams on the outside and on the inside as well. So let's find out about the biker style jacket. It comes in UK sizes 8 up to 26, so good size range. And if you've got fabric that's 60 inches wide, you need 1.5 metres is all it takes to make this jacket, which is brilliant. And then it also says 0.75 metres of lining, because the front of this jacket, you can face, it has a facing piece that you can use to line it as well. So if you're not doing, I've not done that with mine. If you are, then you also need 0.75 metres for your lining as well. So what fabrics do they recommend? Wool, heavyweight cottons, cord, velvet, jacquards and heavyweight linens. So anything with a bit of weight to it will work really well with this jacket. What techniques are you going to learn if you make the jacket? It's got simple raglan sleeves in it, and I would say the only difficult part potentially is all the bias binding. So that is the only technical part of this jacket, and because of that I would definitely firmly put it in the beginner category. And of course the question is, will I make this jacket again? Hell yes. Oh, it's a quick, easy make, and I want to make one. This is quite a warm jacket, which is great for the weather we're having in the UK at the moment, but when it warms up, I definitely want to make one in a more spring-like fabric. I've got in my head that I want to do it in some lightweight cotton woven wool looking fabric. You know, the type that they use for a Chanel type jacket. I just think it would look absolutely classic done like that, and one that can be worn with lots of different outfits. So that's on my radar. This next jacket is the Marcia jacket from Fibre Mood. and I made it in a pre-quilted, beautiful abstract animal print that I got from Minerva. And I don't wear this jacket very often, I've got to be honest, and I think it's because of the dropped sleeve. They are too far down my arm and I should have adjusted them. Note to self if I ever make it again. The quirky detail with this jacket is, I'll just try and show you, can you see the zips in there? The sleeves can zip off, but as I said, this is just too big and baggy on me. I don't like the style of it for me. I love the idea and I love the concept that you can have it as a gilet or a sleeved jacket, but I'd have preferred it to be a little bit more fitted for me personally, but a very, very nice jacket pattern. So what did they say about the Marcia jacket? It comes in UK sizes 6 up to 30, so quite a good size range. And you're going to need from 2.25 to 3.35 metres of fabric to make this jacket. Fabric recommendations are quilted, which is what I've done, wool, teddy, faux leather and jacquards. So basically any sort of mid to heavyweight woven fabric will work for this jacket. So what techniques are you going to learn? Well, you're going to learn how to put in-sleeve zips in, which was a bit of a mind bender for me, I can tell you. But, you know, we like learning new things, don't we? There's a stand-up collar and welt pockets as well on this jacket. So quite a few technical things to do. And because of that, it is definitely going to go into the intermediate category. So the question is, will I make this jacket again? This one is definitely a no from me. Just because it didn't do what I thought it would do for me. These are too low down. They should have been, in my opinion, up there, and then it would have worked better. So maybe if I could adjust the pattern at some point, I might go back to it, but not in a hurry. More leopard print, what do we think? So this one is the COZI jacket from Pattern Scout. It's a simple zip up jacket with cute pocket detail on it. And it comes in sizes 6 up to 32. The fabrics they recommend are any stable knits, and you can make it in woven as well, such as sherpa, fleece, ponte, cotton twill, linen and denim. So a very versatile little jacket pattern indeed. The techniques that you're going to learn with this jacket are putting a front zipper in, learning how to do kangaroo pockets, and it's got set-in sleeves as well. So I would put this, just because of the zipper, I will put it in as an advanced beginner, and definitely one to try if you've not done a jacket with a zipper in before, because it's, apart from that, the rest of it is really simple to put together, so you won't get overwhelmed with all the technical things that you've got to learn. Will I make another one of these? I think I'll be making a few of these. I intended to make a few. When I made this one, I made another one, and I wear these for dog walking in. Get me in my leopard print walking the dogs across the muddy fields. That's a sight to see, isn't it? But I do think I want to try one in a woven fabric maybe and see what the difference is. I love the length of it. It's quite short, but being a shorty myself, it works really well for me. Love the little kangaroo pockets, and it's a nice throw-on jacket, and with the right zip it can look really smart indeed. So the next jacket we're going to talk about is from MAISON FAUVE, and it is their Dandelion jacket. Now, I absolutely love it in this fabric. It is one of my favourite spring jackets of all time. I love the detail in the pockets. I love the detail on the back. And I love the fabric, but this fabric is from Maison FAUVE and I don't think they've got it anymore. It was funny, when we were at the Stitch Festival, they had one of these hung up exactly the same as mine in exactly the same fabric, and I went, there's my jacket. It's nice to see that they thought this was a good combination as well. And I put a popping blue lining in just to lift it as well. So what do we need to know about the Dandelion jacket? It comes in UK sizes 6 to 22, so not as size inclusive as some of the others have been. You need 1.4 to 1.8 metres of fabric, and you need 1.2 to 1.6 metres of lining as well. They recommend using any woven fabric: jacquards, wools, denims, gabardines, twills, linens. Do whatever you like with this jacket as long as it's woven and it's midway onwards. So what are we going to learn making this jacket? It's a lined jacket, so if you've not lined a jacket before, you're going to learn how to line a jacket. It's got buttons on the front, so there's buttonholes to do. It's got set-in sleeves, so you've got to set sleeves in. And there are 3 different pocket variations with this jacket. So you can have the side pocket like I've got on this as a kangaroo pocket. And I think the third one's a welt pocket, but I might be wrong. So what do I think? I'll put this as an intermediate jacket for sure. It's definitely not a beginner. And it's not advanced. None of them have been advanced, have they? That's interesting. So will I make the Dandelion jacket again? Well, I've already made 2 of them, and I made one in a wool fabric for the autumn and winter, and did piping detail on the back of that one as well. So yes, I love the jacket. I don't think I'm going to revisit it for a while because there's lots of other jacket patterns out there for me to try. This next one is the Kusama jacket from So Different Patterns, and I've got to say it's a very boxy jacket and I don't think it's me. Unfortunately, I love it on other people, don't love it on me. So if you're small and petite, perhaps the Kusama is not going to be for you. I do wear it. I wear it every day and it was a toile to see what the fit was like on me because I really wasn't sure about it, and now I know why. But what do they say about the Kusama jacket? It comes in a UK sizes 8 to 30. You need 2.5 metres of fabric and 1.25 metres of lining because it is a lined jacket. They recommend wool, denim, linens, cords, canvas and twills, so any mid-weight woven fabric will work for the Kusama. So what techniques are you going to learn? You're going to learn how to do a stand-up collar. It's got raglan sleeves. There is some top stitching that you need to do, a patch pocket on the front, and you can put buttons on it or you can leave it without. I've not put any buttons on mine. So I would put this as an advanced beginner because you can pare it back. The only difficult thing that you're going to learn how to do is how to put a lining in a jacket. And will I make it again? Well, I've already said no, haven't I? It's not the jacket for me. The sizing is too big. Even sizing down, I think I went down 2 sizes on this and it still swamps me. So it's a no from me, I'm afraid, on this one. Next up is a shacket, and I love a good shacket. And this one is the Thea shacket from BARA Studios. And I've made this in a lovely pink check coating fabric. So let's see what they say about the Thea. The Thea comes in UK sizes 6 up to size 20, so not very good on the size range inclusivity there. You need 1.6 to 2 metres of fabric for the short length jacket, shacket, or 1.95 to 2.35 for the longer length. So you can make it as a short one like I've done, or you can do a longer length jacket as well. The fabrics that they recommend are denim, cord, twill and wools. So any sort of midweight onwards, it'll look great in a lovely flannel. So what are you going to learn making the Thea jacket? You're going to learn how to do a yoke on the back, setting sleeves, buttons, slant pockets and a collar as well. So that puts it definitely into the intermediate category for me. But if you want to make a jacket, but you don't want to line it, then look at SHACKETs. They're a good alternative. Will I make it again? Well, I've already made 2 of these, and I've got one that's in this yellow check as well. So will I make another one? Probably, because I love a good jacket, and this is a really good fit on me. I'm happy with this. Next one is the JAMEELA jacket from Sewing Patterns by MAISON, and I made this a good while ago, but actually don't know why I've not made any more. I love the big slant pocket details. It's a nice comfortable fit of a jacket. And yeah, I think I need to make another one of these. So what do they say about the JAMEELA jacket? It comes in UK sizes 8 to 28, so not too bad on the size inclusivity. You need 1.8 to 2.3 metres of fabric for the short length jacket, which is the one that I've made. And they do a long knee length jacket, and you need 2 to 2.6 metres for that one. They recommend canvas, denim, cord, twill and wools. So basically any mid-weight woven fabric will work for this jacket. So what are you going to learn making the JAMEELA jacket? It's got a back yoke, setting sleeves, buttons down the front, although I've used poppers, which can make it a little bit easier. Beautiful slant pocket detail, and it's also got a collar that needs fitting. So because of the technical details in this, I'm going to put it into the intermediate category. And in answer to the question, will I make it again? Now I've realised I've got the jacket pattern, I'd forgotten I had this, then yes, I'm thinking I want to make one in a proper denim for the spring and summer months. Nearly there, just 2 more to go. This one is the Pilar jacket from MAISON FAUVE. It's a denim style jacket, I would say, and it's got an unusual pleat detail on the back and a yoke. There's also the pleats that come from the neck down on the front, and lots of pockets on the front as well. The Pilar jacket comes in UK size 6 to 22, so not very good on the inclusivity scale. You need 1.5 to 1.9 metres of fabric to make this jacket. They recommend denim, wool, jacquard, gabardine. So any mid-weight woven fabric will work for this jacket. It is unlined. That can make it a little bit easier because you've not got lining to contend with. But what technical features are there that you've got to battle through with this jacket? There's quite a lot. It's got the pleat details round the neck, a collar, it's got setting sleeves, it's got a back yoke and the pleat detail as well if you decide you're putting that in. It's got inseam pockets at the front and a patch pocket at the top. Yeah, and it's got cuffs as well. So because of that, I would say that it is intermediate stroke advanced sewing, just because there's a lot to do on such a small jacket. Will I make this jacket again? Yes. It is my go-to denim style jacket just because of the detail in it. And strangely enough, I've not made one in denim fabric. So maybe that's on my radar this year, to make a proper denim jacket as the peeler. And my final jacket is another quilted jacket, and it is the Wildwood jacket from Helen's Closet Patterns. I love this jacket for the summer, and I put some cheeky butterflies on the back. Now, they haven't been done on my embroidery machine because I didn't have it when I put those on, but maybe I need to take them off and embroider something properly on it now. So what do they say about the Wildwood jacket? It comes in UK sizes 6 up to 34. To make this jacket you need 1.4 to 2.3 metres of fabric. They recommend light to medium weight wovens or a pre-quilted. So when I'm saying 1.4 metres, that is per fabric. So if you're not using pre-quilted fabric, you're going to need 1.4 metres of one fabric, 1.4 metres of batting and 1.4 metres of lining, up to 2.3 metres depending on your size. So what you're going to learn making the Wildwood jacket. It's got setting sleeves, there's lots of bias binding. I've done mine in a lovely pink colour, and you can have the option of putting poppers on the front. I've not bothered putting any on mine because I very rarely fasten a jacket. And it's got some really cute detailed pockets on the front. So nothing too taxing, I don't think, and I've put that in the beginner category because the only thing you're going to have to learn how to do is bias binding. Apart from that, it comes together really easily, really detailed instructions, and yeah, next time I want a new quilted jacket, I think I will use the Wildwood pattern because it's a really nice pattern and lots of detailed instructions. And you can, at the side, these panels, you can manoeuvre them to get a better fit when you're stitching them down. So it gives you a little bit of wiggle room if you've made it a little bit too big. So there we go. 15, yes, 15 jacket patterns. Am I ashamed of myself? No. Am I proud of myself? Yes. And I'm sure there'll be many more jackets going into my wardrobe because I love making them. I hope I've inspired you to make a jacket for the spring and summer. I will put all the details of all the jackets that I've made in the description below. So just click on the links, get yourself your dream jacket made this spring and enjoy your sewing experience. Bye for now, love you loads, and I will see you all on Saturday for the next episode of my capsule wardrobe sew along. Bye for now.